Okay, here's our lecture on loans. This is still in the annuities, payout, annuities, and loans of this module. And so talking about loans. Loans can be auto loans, home mortgages, credit cards. We do not do payday loans or add-on loans or things such as that because those are not typical loans. They're not any that I would ever advise. I don't prefer loans at all, but you're going to use the same formula as the payout annuity. And so when you're doing a loan, to how you're going to know if it's a loan is if you're making many payments to someone. So we're not pulling the money out like we did payout annuity. We're not putting money in like we've done for all of the savings pieces we've talked about. Now we're making payments to someone for something that they gave us in exchange for us promising to make this payment. Okay. We're going to use the same formula as we did for the payout annuities. It's always compound interest. And this time, there's two things that are different. We still have the P, but the P is not the amount that you want at the beginning of your retirement. P in this case is the amount that you owe on the loan at the beginning. All right, so it's the amount owed on the loan. So however much you took your loan out for, that is your P. Your PMT is your regular payments on that loan, right? R is still your APR in decimal form, T is still your time in years, and N is still your number of compounding periods in a year. The other thing you can think of it as N as how often you're making your loan payments. Typically, this is going to be monthly. All right, so N is primarily going to be 12 for the majority of this because that's typically how loans are paid back. Total amount paid on the loan is still the same thing as your annuity and your payout annuity. It's PMT times N times T. I will be providing this for you on the exam. I will not be providing you these two. So you might want to have them on your note card. And then lastly, the interest paid on the loan is the total amount that you paid, this version here, minus the initial amount of the loan. Okay. So that's what we're going to use. Same formula as the payout annuity, just different concepts. So it says you can afford a $700 per month mortgage payment. That means you're buying a house. A mortgage is a house loan. You can get a loan at 5% interest for 30 years. What is the largest loan that you can afford? So again, the loan is the P. The PMT is your monthly payment. That's your $700. 5% is 0.05, T is 30, and you're going to be making monthly mortgage payments. So N is 12. Let's do the setup on this. We're going to find out how much of a loan you can afford. And you can do this when you're doing a car loan as well to find out how much you can afford. So $700 a month, interest rate of 5%, monthly payments, -12 times 30 years. That's the longest lifespan I know of for a home loan. All right, let's do this calculator version. All right, calculator. Feel free to put this in with me. 700 open, 1 minus, open, 1 plus, 0.05 divided by 12, close, caret, open, -12 times 30, close, close again, divided by open, oops, let's get there, open, 0.05 divided by 12, close, and equal. So you can afford a home. This is not considering real estate, how much you pay the realtor and things like that. This is just the home loan itself. You can afford $130,397.13 of a home loan. So you can afford $130,397.13 if you're going to be willing to pay $700 a month for 30 years, okay, of a home mortgage. All right, the next question I'm going to ask you is how much total money will you pay the loan company? How much are you going to pay on this loan? And that's just your monthly payment, monthly times 12, and then 30 years. So you're going to pay the bank $252,000 for this home. For the loan. The last thing is how much interest you're paying. And this is all you paying. No one's paying you for this. This is how they get you. So it's the amount that you paid minus the amount of the loan, all the way down to the cents. So you paid, not accrued anymore, you paid, leave the 252,000 in there, minus 130,397.13. So you paid this in interest. You paid almost the same. You almost doubled your home mortgage by taking 30 years to pay for this. This isn't funny. This is sad. This is really, really bad. $121,602.87 in interest. That's how the bank stays afloat. Is keeping you in debt. I want you to do the next one. Marie can afford $250 for her car payment. She can get a loan at 7% interest for 5 years. Now, current car loans, they're doing 6 years, they're doing 7 years. And that's just more money in their pocket because it's all interest at that point. How expensive of a car can she afford? So you're solving for the loan amount. She might have saved money prior to it, but that we're just looking at how much of a loan can she afford? All right, pause the video, attempt this one yourself, and then come back. Also figure out the total money that she paid for the loan and the money, how much money of that she paid was interest. All right, so 250. Interest rate is 7%. Monthly payments, of course, for 5 years. All right, on the calculator. All right, let's do this together. 250, open, 1 minus, open, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12, close, caret, open, negative 12 times 5, close, close again, divided by open, 0.07 divided by 12, close, and equals. So Marie can afford a $12,625 car and 50 cents car for 5 years. That alone, she can afford making $250 a month payments, a $12,625.50 loan for her car. If the car costs more than that, she needs to save money prior. I say save money, period. How much total money will she pay the loan company? Well, she's going to make $250 payments per month for 5 years. $250 times 12 times 5. So she's going to pay $15,000 for her loan. Lastly, how much interest is that? The interest is just the amount she paid minus the amount of the loan. Leave the 15,000 in there, minus 12,625.5. So she paid $2,374.50 in interest. This is payment for them loaning you money. If they loaned you money so you could have a car, You have to pay them extra for loaning them the money, for loaning you the money. That's what's happening here. All right. Let's do another one. Mortgage loan 25. Okay, same thing, same thing. Yeah, let's do this one. That's fine. You can afford a $1,500 per month mortgage payment. You get a loan at 8% interest for 25 years. Usually mortgages are 15 or 30. You don't usually get a 25 years. How big of a loan can you afford? All right, so we're looking for P. Pause the video and attempt this one yourself and then come back to see how you did. Also find the total amount you paid the mortgage company as well as the interest that you paid as well. All right, so 1,500. 1 minus 1 plus 0.8%, 0.8 monthly times 25 years. All of this over. Let me give you the calculator version. All right. So let's do this together. 1,500, open, 1 minus, open, 1 plus, 0.08 divided by 12, close, caret open, negative 12 times 25, close, close again, divided by open, 0.08 divided by 12, close, and equals. So she can afford a $194,000, or you can, $194,346.78 loan. So 194,346.78 home loan. Now we want to know how much money you're paying on that loan. Well, if you're making $1,500 a month payments, $1,500 per month for 25 years, times 12 times 25, you're paying $450,000. That's how much you're paying for your home. Not this. This is actually what you're paying. This is how much they're loaning you. What you're giving them, the difference between what you're giving them and what they let you borrow is that's how they make their money. This is how banks stay afloat. That's all interest. So the interest is the 450,000 minus 194,346.78. Please make sure and put it into the decimal. I've got 450,000 in there minus 194,346.78. So you paid, I wonder why we're broke. $255,653.22 in interest. And the bank thanks you for your business. All right. This is going to be the same concept, looking for the loan. I want to do one where you're looking for your payments. Oh, here we go. So you want to buy a $28,000 car. You can make a 10% down payment. So this is a different concept we haven't talked about at all. A down payment is where you've got money set aside, or somebody gave you money, or you've been saving. It's money that's not going to be a part of your loan. Okay. That's the down payment. And you're going to finance the balance. So that means you're going to get a loan for the difference. So you walk to a dealership or drive and you say, I want to buy a $28,000 car. And they're like, great. And do you have any money to put down? And you're like, yes, I've got 10% to put down. Well, what is 10%? 10%, so this is the down payment. 10% of 28,000 is 0.1 because 10% has to be changed to a decimal times 28,000. So you saved your down payment is 0.1 times 28,000. You save $2,800 and you're walking in there with $2,800. All right. Now, what will your monthly payments be? Well, we're going to have a loan for how much? Not $28,000 because you're giving them $2,800. So you're going to take that $28,000. We need to find the loan amount. The loan amount is equal to the purchase, the 28,000. How can I write this? Purchase price minus the down payment. So your loan amount is the 28,000 minus the $2,800. Thank you. So your loan amount is $25,200. That's how much you're borrowing from the bank to get this $28,000 car because you've already given $2,800. Excuse me a moment. Okay, so let's set up our how much we can afford with this loan of the car. So we gave them $2,800. We now owe $25,200 on the. That's how much we're gonna have to borrow from the bank. So our loan is 25,200. Remember, that's your P. We're looking for our PMT. What's our monthly payments going to be on this car? We've got an interest rate of 2%. That's not going to happen. That's adorable. Do not get this confused with your down payment percent. Totally different things. This is only used to find out how much you paid down on the car. This is what the bank is going to be making off of your loan, and you'll never get this rate. It's adorable. 0.02 divided by how we're going to make monthly payments. Negative 12 times, and how many years are we going to do this? 4 years. I know they give you the months sometimes. You're going to be using years only, both when you're calculating this. Okay. So let's go 0.02 over 12, and let's set this up in the calculator. Parenthesis 1 minus, parenthesis 1 plus, 0.02 divided by 12, close, caret, open, negative 12 times 4, close, close, divided by, open, 0.02 divided by 12, close, equals, pause. And then we have to go 25,200 divided by second, answer equals. So let's put this in together. Parenthesis 1 minus, parenthesis 1 plus, 0.02 divided by 12, close, caret, open, negative 12 times 4, close, close again, divided by open, 0.02 divided by 12, close, equals, pause. Now I have to type in my loan amount divided by second, answer equals. And my monthly payments on this car. So your monthly payments are, don't forget your dollar sign, $546.72. And this is for 4 years. Again, most car loans are between 5 and 7 now. I haven't seen anything like this. Maybe at a bank, but not at the car dealership. All right, you want to buy a $32,000 car, you can make 10% down payment and we'll finance the balance with a 5% interest rate for 3 years. What's your monthly payments be? This is going to be the same exact concept. We didn't find out here, however, we didn't go back to find out how much. I want to go back here real quick. I want to come back to this last one before we do this, because there's going to be more to this on the exam. Yes, I'm going to ask you to find the down payment. Yes, I'm going to ask you to find the loan amount or the purchase of, well, both. You're going to find the loan amount. You're going to have to find the payment amounts. And then I want to know, how much did you pay on the loan? And how much did you pay for the car? And lastly, how much interest did you pay? All right, so let's do these things as well. How much did you pay on the loan? Well, this only has to do with your loan payments. So your loan payments were $546.72. So $546.72. You made monthly payments for 4 years. Clear that calculator. 546.72 times 12 times 4. So you paid $26,242.56 on the loan. Not for the car, on the loan. The loan was $25,200. You paid this on the loan. How much did you pay for the car? The car is the amount you pay on a loan plus your down payment. Amount paid for loan plus your down payment. Not percent, the actual dollars. It's all about the dollars. So we paid, or you paid, $26,242.56 on your loan. Plus, you walked into that dealership and gave them $2,800, right? So this number that's in your calculator plus the $2,800. So you paid this for your car. You paid $29,042.56. This doesn't seem like a lot, and it's not, considering it's a $28,000 car, because you're not going to get a 2% interest rate. It's just not going to happen. So how much interest did you pay on this one? All right, it's very comical. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. You paid the difference. So you could do this one of two ways. The interest you paid, you could take the amount you paid on the loan and subtract the loan amount. That's one way to do it. So amount paid on loan minus amount of loan. So this is one way. And you paid $26,242.56 for the loan, and the loan amount was $25,200. It's going to give us the same answer. So $26,242.56 minus $25,200. So you paid $1042.56. So you paid $1,042.56 in interest. Okay. The other way you could have done it is to take the total amount that you paid, which is this, and subtract the $28,000, which is the price of the car. Either way, they're going to give you the same numbers. So those are the things I'm going to be looking for on the exam. These are life things that you kind of need to know because they're not going to tell you. It sucks. The next thing is you want to buy a $32,000 car. You can make a 10% down payment and we'll finance the balance with a 5% interest rate for 3 years. What will your monthly payments be? So first you need to find your down payment amount. So 10% of the car. So you walk into the dealership and you take in, I have 10% of a $32,000 car. Then the difference between the down payment and that $32,000 is the loan you're going to have to take out to be able to drive that car off the lot. All right. So we need to find out what that loan amount is going to be. So first, down payment. Find your down payment. Then find the loan amount. Then we'll do the formula to find how much your monthly payment is going to be. Okay. Please try to do these two things first by yourself, and then come back and we'll go from there, just to make sure you're right on the right track. So pause the video and come back. We want to buy a $32,000 car and you want to make a 10% down payment. So 10% of 32,000 means you have to do 0.1 times 32,000, which is $3,200. There's your down payment. The loan amount is the $32,000 for the car minus the $3,200. So the amount you're going to borrow from the bank is $28,800. Now, if you got that correct, now that's going to be your loan amount. And we need to find your PMT. So set up the formula and then come back to see how you did. Interest rate of 5%. Please do not get them mixed up with the down payment, making monthly payments. And you're going to do this for 3 years. Again, 5 to 7 is typical because they want to make more money on you. And they found that's the way to do it. All right. Let's put it in the calculator. 1 minus 1 plus 0. All right, so this, I start off right there. Right there is where I start. But then we have to put in 28,800 divided by second. Answer equals. All right, let's put this in together. Parenthesis 1 minus, parenthesis 1 plus, 0.05 divided by 12. Close, caret, open, negative 12 times 3, close, close again, divided by open, 0.05 divided by 12, close, equal, pause. That's not my answer. I've got to type in 28,800 divided by second, answer equals. So this is going to be your monthly payment on this car for 3 years. Okay, even after putting $3,200 down. So your monthly payment is $863.16. Let's talk about the other things. How much did you pay on your loan? Well, you paid this amount per month for 3 years. Clear that calculator. The bank wants to get the right amount. And it's $31,073. 76 cents was paid on the loan, only the loan. The loan was for 28,800. You paid this. Okay. What's the difference? The difference is, well, it's the interest. Okay. We can find the interest out right now. So let's go ahead and do the interest. 31,073.76 minus the 28,800, which is the amount of the loan. Leave the number in the calculator and subtract 28,800. So you paid, don't forget your dollar sign, $2,273.76 in interest. And then the last thing is, how much did you pay for the entire car? Well, you paid, where's it at? The amount that you paid for the loan, 31,073.76 plus your down payment. So 31,073.76 plus the $3,200 down payment. Clear your calculator. 31,073.76 plus $3,200. So you paid this amount. You paid $34,273.76 for the car. That's a lot. Not bad though, as far as the interest rate still isn't horrible. All right, what else do we have here? How much is your down payment? Oh, this is like what I'm going to do to you. This is your exam questions right here. You want to buy a $200,000 home. You plan to pay 10% as a down payment and take out a 30-year loan for the rest. So these are the questions I'm going to ask you on the exam. How much is your down payment? How much is your loan amount going to be? What will your monthly payments be if the interest rate is 6%? How much did you pay in the loan on total? how much did you pay in total on the loan? How much did you pay? How much interest did you pay on the loan? And then how much did you pay in total for the home? This is exactly the same setup of what I just did in the last one. So this is going to be a tag you're it. I want you to do this one. This one is going to make sure that you're one, ready for your homework, and two, you're ready for my exam, because this is an exam question. Okay. So you want to pause the video, go do this one. If you want to come check on yourself to see how you're doing along the way, that's great. But please attempt to do this one yourself. Okay. All right. Pause the video and come back, see how you did. So you want to buy a $200,000 home. Cool, cool, cool. You plan to pay 10% down as your down payment. So 10%, 0.1 times 200,000, 0.1 times 200,000 is $20,000. So you will pay a down payment of $20,000. Now, if you paid 20% down, you would avoid a specific required insurance called PMI. But let's go with the 10%. How much is the loan amount going to be? Well, that is just the amount of the home minus the 20,000. So the loan will be $180,000. Just subtract the two. The next, what will your monthly payments be if your interest rate is 6%? Remember, the P is the amount of the loan. So 180,000, 1, 2, 3 is equal to PMT, which is the amount of your monthly payments. Your interest rate is 6%, monthly payments. And we're going to do this for 30 years. All right, let's do the calculator setup. Starts out right here. And then that's not finished. We have to do the 180,000 divided by second. Answer equals. All right. Putting it in our calculator. Parenthesis 1 minus, parenthesis 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12, close, caret, open, negative 12 times 30, close, close again, divided by open, 0.06 divided by 12, close, equal, pause. Now I have to type in the 180,000, 2, 3, the amount of the loan divided by second, answer equals. So your monthly payments will be, was, pick a verb, $1,079.19. This is on top of the 20 grand that you put down. Okay. You're also making these monthly payments. How much did you pay in total on the loan? Well, that's just your monthly payments times 12 times however many years. And this is a 30-year loan. Clear that calculator. 1079.19 times 12 times 30. So you paid, don't forget your dollar sign, $388,508.40 on the loan, on the $180,000 loan. That was nice of you. How much interest did you pay on the loan? And that's just the amount you paid on the loan minus the loan amount. This is what the bank gets for you borrowing from them. So take the number in your calculator and subtract $180,000. So you paid $208,508.40 in interest. So when you go to buy a $200,000 home, you put $20,000 down, you're not buying a $200,000 home. Let's find out how much you actually paid for this home. The amount you paid for this home is what? Well, you have to take the amount you paid in total, the 388,508.40, and add that down payment back in. So you paid, this is the actual cost of the home, 300, oh, I'm just going to push this over. I'm going to take the 388,508.4 plus 20 grand. So you paid $408,508.40 for the home. So much for it being a $200,000 home. All right. Got another one. Same exact thing. I think it's a good idea to do one more because these are literally, we've got several. But I think it's just doing one more of these is going to really set you up for the exam for this. I'll make one more video of just extra stuff if there's anything, but right now I think just doing one more of these is going to be a good idea. You bought a $300,000 house, paying 10% down, financing the rest at 6% interest for 30 years. I swear we just did this. No, the last one was $200,000 house. How much is your down payment? How much is the loan amount going to be? What's your monthly payments going to be? How much did you pay on the loan? How much interest did you pay on the loan? And how much did you pay in total for the home? So it's exactly like the last one we did. Pause the video, attempt this one, and then come back to see how you did. How much is your down payment? Well, 10% times 300,000 is 30,000. So you put down $30,000. So when you close on the house, you write a check or you get a cashier's check for $30,000 and you say, here, I've saved this money to give to you so I can buy my house. But that doesn't pay for all your house. Now you need to get a loan for the difference. What's the difference? The loan is the amount of the house minus the down payment. So the loan is for $270,000. All right, cool. You're going to pay 6% interest on this loan for 30 years. So let's find out what your payments are going to be. So we've got a loan for $270,000. Finding our payments. 6% interest. 12. And we're doing this for 30 years. All right, putting in your calculator. Again, we start right here. And then 270,000, 1, 2, 3, divided by second, answer equals. All right, feel free to put this in with me. You got a weird number or it didn't work for you. Open, 1 minus, open, 1 plus, 0.06 divided by 12, close, caret, open, -12 times 30, close, close again, divided by open, 0.06 divided by 12, close, equals pause. Now I type in the 270,000 divided by second, answer equals. So monthly payments will be $1,618.79 for 30 years. Okay, how much did you pay in total for the loan? That's just your monthly payments per month for 30 years. Clear your calculator. 1618.79 times 12 times 30 equals. So you paid $582,764.40 on the loan. How much interest did you pay on the loan? Well, that's the amount you paid on the loan minus the loan itself, $270,000. The number in your calculator minus 270,000. So you paid $312,764.40 in interest. That hurts. I'm just going to throw up a little. How much did you pay in total for the home? Well, it's the amount you paid in total on the loan plus your down payment. And you put $30,000 on this home. So let's clear and put in 582,764.4 plus 30 grand. You paid. It's always doubled. $612,764.40 for your $300,000 home. Y'all. Let's see what else we have. We have card interest, cars. This is all simple stuff compared to what we just did. All right, I'm going to stop here. That's going to be enough for now. I think I've scared the heck out of you for now. Let me know what questions you have so I can help you get ready for this exam.